The way I channel, the way the divine speaks through me is very different. There were passages that the guides had spoken through him. When I first opened I Am Word and I started reading, I had this huge experience because that were direct quotes of the way my spirit guides had taught me. But at the same time, what really came through is the truth is the truth is the truth.
Excellent that you've gone in that direction, because this leads us to the next question, which is how can we better create a healthier emotional environment for ourselves, especially in the context of our physical bodies and how our bodies are responding to energetic and emotional conditions, ancestral imprints, subconscious issues we may not even be aware of. So what are the steps we can take to create a healthier emotional environment for the whole?
It's really overwhelming when I hear it, because I say that stuff all the time and people say to me, wow, that's really overwhelming. It really is.
It is.
It really is overwhelming because it's so much.
It is.
And we don't actually have to attend to each one of those things. We have to trust that the whole picture is a part of who we are.
Right.
You know, if we're one element of the whole picture, but without us the picture wouldn't be the same.
Yes.
Then that's enough. But to answer your question, an emotional environment is necessary. A good emotional environment is necessary for good health, and good health is necessary for a good emotional body. The first thing we ever want is to have health. If we're going to evolve, change, transform, and heal anything in our lives, we have to have the energy for it.
Yes.
We have to feel good enough to devote time there. Otherwise, it takes everything we have. And decay is part of life.
Yeah.
So yes, we get hit by our environment, we get hit emotionally. But in order to do what you say, it almost doesn't matter which door you come in. So you asked the question, how can I create an emotional environment to manage, you know, my genetic piece, whether it's karma, imprints, physiological imprints, genetic physiology, emotional patterns, our gut, and how we respond, and what's going on in the environment. Pick a door, because it's the circle of life. So it doesn't matter. So depending on where you are, each person is in that moment. If it's a stomach ache, which is a big deal, we all have stomach issues because 70% of our immune system is in our gut. Some say maybe 90. And dopamine, serotonin, all the mood chemicals, neurochemicals actually live in the gut as well. Interesting, right?
That is very interesting.
So all the old words like, oh, I can't digest that, I couldn't swallow that, they mean more than
Right.
that. They're all based in truth. Again, if we look backwards, it's going to take us forward.
Right.
Always. So to create then, from that statement, a good emotional place, the first thing we have to do is get to know who we are. I can't tell you what's a good emotional place for you. I mean, if you opened yourself up and gave me permission, I can ask my guides in the intuitive process to look, but you have to know yourself, each person. So first thing we have to do is get to know ourselves. For me, if I can walk in nature, whether it's trees or water, and I can be completely silent, that's all I need. It changes the world for me. And it's harder with all of the technology. Like I find, I know it's hard to believe, but I can get really cranky. I can get really cranky, and especially if the phone keeps going off.
Right.
But I do an outward expression of that. I can guarantee you everybody's getting cranky with all that. So some time to self, whatever that means, whether it's being one with television, a book at the bathtub, whatever it is for each person, first we have to know who we are. And once we know who we are, we have to honor that what we need is worthy. Because we all know what to do. You can pick up any magazine, you can watch any television show, you can Google anything. We all have the data.
Right.
It's not like we're lacking information by any means. What we're lacking is who we are, what we need, and to honor that enough is worthy. That's the trick. And it's harder than we think.
And I think that's worth repeating, actually. Who we are,
what we need, and honoring
the
that.
The courage to honor that.
Honor that is worthy.
To honor that that is worthy.
Right. So if we honor all of our relations equally, and if everything's equally the same, then we have to, by definition, be equally worthy.
Absolutely.
And human beings are yet learning that.
Trinidad and Tobago, this twin island republic, one of the most multi-ethnic, multi-religious spaces in the world. Now, as an Intuit, you would be very sensitive to the vibration of a space. What does the vibration of Trinidad and Tobago feel like to you, and what value is this kind of vibration?
But what I found when we shot the show here was the privilege of going to the Hanuman temple with the giant Hanuman and La Divina Pastora, where the Black Madonna once a week moves from her home as a Catholic Madonna and moves into this alcove, and she gets to be worshipped as Kali by the Hindu population here. That touches my soul like nothing I've ever experienced before. The reverence and the honoring, right? We are all relations. The honoring that we all have our own path to get to the light, the own path that our internal devotion wants to connect to, and to make that just okay. And the way that the lights, you know, when you light a candle to Mary, which is so special to me, yet it's in a clay pot.
Medea.
But that is so beautiful to me.
Yes.
And then we got to go to the monastery and meet with the abbot there. And they're a Benedictine order. And they're about benevolence and silence. And
Mount St. Benedict.
yes, Mount St.
Lovely,
Benedict.
lovely.
And I study with a Hindu guru. I'm a Native American minister. I'm a spiritual leader in the Native American church. I was raised in Turkey. I connect to Mary. You can see how within me these places are very vast. Not everyone is like that.
Right.
But yet here in Trinidad, spaces are like that.
Yes.
It's beautiful. So Father John, sitting there speaking with him, was speaking about being contemplative and quiet and listening to the whisper in your heart. And as he was speaking, all the truths lined up again, you know, which is the way I like to look at the world. Where are the connections and where are they the same? Oh, look, here it is, there it is, there it is. And I remember saying to him, you sound like the Dalai Lama, you sound like a Buddhist. You know, I said, you sound like a Buddhist, and he just got so excited. It's like, I know, but when you go deep enough and you connect enough, you see that the whispers are the same. Of course, I teared up. And
Oh, that's beautiful.
beautiful. And so the experience in Trinidad for me, and then I got to go eat doubles
Oh, well,
right after that. I mean,
that's the supreme.
It was the supreme. It was so much. I couldn't get enough.
It doesn't
I
get any
messed
better
them all
than
over
that.
myself. I didn't care. It was just gooey, wonderful, delicious. But that's the joy of life, right?
Yes, it is.
Just savor it all.
So let's talk about Peace². What is your vision for the journey of this television series? What are your hopes? How do you envision the series unfolding?
I can have a vision, and we can trust that it'll be something like that because the divine has its own mind. You know? So what I see as the foundation of what Peace² is meant to be is to bring us all around the world to see what the ancient wisdom of that part of the world has to offer, connect the dots, and yet see how it's uniquely about that land and the food and the culture and the music and the herbs that are used for healing. And at the same time, look where that place may be currently, and bring that forward in Peace² to show that we are all relation. You know, we are all unified, and if we listen to the call of the soul, if we learn how to listen to ourselves, then we can have everything we ever wanted.
You're so busy feeding everyone else's souls, so to speak, or teaching people how to feed their own souls. What feeds your soul?
Quiet time in nature. Just being in the same room with somebody I love, family, friends, an animal,
Ah, yes.
in quiet. I really love quiet. Going to special places of resonance, India, Turkey, Mary's home. Those are bigger things. But on the daily basis, some yoga. Just need some quiet so I can listen, so I can clear out, because I'm with people all day long and I collect so much. As much as I create a space of protection, I need the time to clean it out. We all do, actually.
Absolutely.
You know, there's an old YouTube thing that I did years ago called the body sponge phenomenon, how we're all a sponge for everybody's stuff and how to clean that out. So I try to practice that. I do my best to walk the talk, you know, but really just quiet. Listening, chanting, so important to me to make the
Right.
sounds, to make the right sounds. So that changes the vibration of me, of my space, opens me up so I can hear and see better.
Right.
And also separate what's mine. It's easy to get lost if something is similar,
Right.
you know.
Yes.
So that'll show me if something's yet unfinished for me, because I don't ask anyone to do what I'm not willing to do. And at the foundation of it. It's about discovering highest good, learning to listen to the call of your soul, awakening and increasing consciousness, because when we declutter, the light comes in. You know, it's not like that drawer, right? Everybody has that drawer. It's just stuffed with stuff. You don't even know it's in there anymore. You just know stuff lives there.
Yes.
And you keep adding more stuff.
Yes.
Amazing how much more can take, right? You shove down and add. And you pull that drawer out and you dump it. You clean it out in there and you put back only those elements that you want and need. The configuration is completely different. The vibration is different.
Yes.
There's room. And because there's room, anything can grow. There will be serious moments. You know, we're having a serious conversation. At the same time, there's so much joy and uplifting in that.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, you have to have fun.
Absolutely.
We don't have enough fun. We're all in this together. Let's just have fun doing it. Let's all raise ourselves together. Let's follow each other. You know, I love Steph's theme song for this show. Come follow me, come follow me.
I understand it's quite special.
I'm so excited that Steph Kalu agreed to do this song for us. It's upbeat, it's playful, it's so Caribbean, but most importantly, that's what Peace² is about. It's what I'm about. The whole life is about. Come follow me isn't just me. Come follow the guidance. Come follow the call of our soul.
Right.
And let's take it up. Let's get out from down here. Let's get away from that lower vibration and let's just go. Let's take it up and higher and higher. That's what Peace² is about. It's what the song's about. It just makes me so happy. You know those accidents that are not accidents,
yes.
Synchronistic moments? That was one of them.
Dr. Guldal, thank you so very much for your precious time and for so generously sharing your life-changing wisdom and guidance. I can hardly wait to see the future episodes. Viewers, thank you so much for joining us